Welcome to the summary of the last but definitely not the least, the autobiography of Pastor Tunde Bakare, a memoir by Dr. Gbolahan Tunde Bakare. Have you ever felt like you did not belong, no matter how hard you tried? Many of us experience this at an early age when our childhood dreams sparks a sense of excitement that is both overwhelming and deeply personal. As children, we share these dreams with friends, family, and even those who may not fully understand or support us. Yet, we express our hope with joy and passion, driven by an unwavering conviction. Pastor Bakare's narrative unveiled the reality of his childhood, marked by adversity, including poverty, loneliness, and the trials of being raised by a single mother. Despite this hardship, he persevered, demonstrating the remarkable power of hope and determination. In this memoir, Dr. Gbolahan Tunde Bakare candidly recounts the challenges and struggles of his childhood, reflecting on how this experience shaped his worldview and motivated him to dedicate his life to the betterment of his nation, Nigeria. Pastor Bakare takes us on a compelling journey through his life, beginning with his early aspiration. Join me as we explore the significant moment leading to his rise to prominence. Part 1, Chapters 1 through 5. My heritage. Who is Pastor Bakare? A brief introduction. Dr. Gbolahan Tunde Bakare, affectionately known as Pastor Tunde Bakare or PTB, serves as the overseer of the Citadel Global Community Church, CGCC, in Lagos, Nigeria, previously known as the Latter Rain Assembly End Time Church. He is also the presiding apostle of the Global Apostolic Impact Network, GAIN, which encompasses a diverse network of churches, ministries, and kingdom enterprises. Pastor Bakare leads Latter Rain Ministry, Inc., church development based in Atlanta, Georgia, and is the visionary founder of the International Center for Reconstruction in Development, ICRD, a think tank focused on socio-political and economic transformation in Nigeria and across nations. With over 35 years of global ministry experience, Pastor Bakare is a pastor endowed with an apostolic and prophetic mandate. He graduated with an LLB honors from the University of Lagos, Nigeria in 1980 and was called to Nigerian Bar in 1981. Beyond his pastoral work, he is an entrepreneur, an author, a mentor, and a dedicated nation builder. Born on November 11, 1954 in Abeokuta, Nigeria, he has been married for over 40 years to Pastor Laide Bakare, affectionately known as the authentic Mrs. B. Together, they are proud parents of 5 adult children and have grandchildren. Pastor Bakare has received numerous accolades, honors, and awards throughout his career, highlighting his exceptional leadership in nation building and prophetic guidance. His achievements include an honorary Doctor of Ministry degree from Indiana Christian University, and honorary doctoral LL.Hons course from Afe Babalola University, Ado Ekiti. The prestigious Man of the Year Award from Newswatch magazine and the University of Lagos Golden Jubilee Distinguished Alumni Award, recognizing his significant contribution to education and national development. Pastor Bakare reflects on the challenges he faced after the loss of his father, Sani Arewa, at a young age, growing up as the last born among 22 siblings from multiple marriages. Pastor Bakare is the only son of his mother, born at a time of declining wealth and his father's later years. Pastor Bakare was shaped by his mother's resilience and the prophetic legacy she carried after his father's death. Her unwavering belief in his potential amid their struggle is a testament to the book written and dedicated by Pastor Bakare to his mother, Ashabi Ebudola Bakare, following her call to glory to be with the Lord. The book title, The Woman Who Saw the Future, Valuable Lessons My Mother Taught Me. A testament to the loving memory and strength of women who saw the future, who believed in and nurtured their children against all odds. Who believe in and nurture their children against all odds. Part 2, chapter 6 through 12. The early years. In this part, Pastor Bakare's given name Bakare Gbolahan, was a testament to his father's irrefutable conviction that his newborn son's destiny was to rekindle the wealth and glory of God in his family and in generations to come. Raised by a single mother in abject poverty, Pastor Bakare occasionally experiences hunger and a lack of fancy clothing and shoes as an adolescent. For example, at a tender age, he was denied the company of those who have traveled abroad and other comfortable family members due to a lack of tailored dressing and fancy shoes. He employed wisdom. His mother assured him that he will travel abroad so often that he will be bored. His mother's prophetic speech came to pass with many of her prophecies. Pastor Bakare completed memorizing the Quran and graduated from Quranic school on Sunday, April 16, 1967. He was prominent in Islamic activism, defending Muslim prayers in Christian schools, birthing his quest for justice and equity deeply rooted in Islamic heritage. Pastor Bakare shares the narrative of his birth and training in Islamic traditions and the hardship he faced during his adolescent religion transition from Muslim to Christian youth. This transition, which began in his childhood dream at age 10 on the evening of his Islamic circumcisional success, in which he dreamt of seeing the pillar of light bright up in the sky and projected through the earth, sparked in him the incessant desire to embrace the pillar of light. As he began to walk towards the light in the dream, horrifying yet assuring. The rest of his childhood dreams narration include the dream of 16 steps to the mountain top, where he recalls having a dialogue with the then Nigerian statesman Obafemi Awolowo and the Nigerian head of state, General Yakubu Gowon. Next, the London Bridge dream as told in the memoir. Other narrations include his early disability, efforts made to defend his mother and father's legacy, and Pastor Bakare's highly inquisitive and daring individual from childhood has consistently got him in a lot of controversies, even as an adult, often due to his misunderstanding or misinterpretation of his unconcealed prophetic to individual and public declarations. Laid the foundation for his destiny. The dreams led to his emergence as a freedom fighter, a college star debater, a rebel with a cause, an indefatigable attorney, and ultimately a nation builder and kingmaker. His resilience in the face of adversity is truly inspiring. Suppose any of the experiences shared in this book resonate with you or your children. In that case, I encourage you to purchase a paper or electronic copy from Amazon or the CGCC bookstore and other bookstores. This book is not just a narrative, but a transformative tool. It is for yourself, your friend and family, your readers club, and most importantly, for children or youth who are perceived as different. It is a beacon of hope, rejecting proverbial inside-the-box syndrome and celebrating unique characters. It is a source of inspiration, showing that no matter the circumstances, one can rise above and make a difference. It is a testament to the human spirit, inspiring hope and optimism. Part 3, chapters 13 through 15. In search of the golden flea. Pastor Bakare's journey to the University of Lagos, where he was admitted to study the law in 1977, was challenging. He took a clerical job working evening and weekends to pay his school fees and provide financial support, a testament to his determination. His commitment to his faith was also unwavering as he joined the Varsity Christian Union and became one of the writers of the campus preachers' publications. He made significant sacrifices, reneging on several other public invitations and social engagement due to a lack of parental support, relying on a lottery or a grant. He had to work diligently to cover his school fees, self-care expenses, and other costs. He also worked to support his mother, a single woman. Part 4, chapters 16 through 18. Indeed and in truth. The foundation of Pastor Bakare's political ambition was established when he contested and won the presidency of the Student Union Government (SUG). His name, inscribed on the campus poster, read, Tunde B for President. This was a significant moment, and he was the first Christian student to win the office, earning him the nickname the pulpit politician. Earning him the nickname the pulpit politician. This section also exemplifies Pastor Bakare's unwavering passion and faith in the eternal God. He believed in God as his supernatural healer, protector, and guide for his destiny is a testament to the strength of his conviction and faith in the Almighty God. One example is his rejection of traditional seers' projection of his future dilemma, which suggested superficial remedy. On graduation day, Pastor Bakare stepped out of convocation walk to hug his mother. She had to allot public transportation to beat the heavy traffic, carrying bags containing the post-graduation party in her hands and head. To be in time for the convocation, her sacrifice was palpable. He later joined his peers after securing a comfortable seat for his mother. Pastor Bakare was called to the Nigerian bar as a solicitor and advocate of the Supreme Court, and later worked with one of Nigeria's legal luminaries. Pastor Bakare narrated his working experiences and relationship with the Nigerian legal landscape, including his interaction with Chief Gani Fawemi, Chief Rotimi Williams, and Mr. Fatai Oladende Bakare, FOB. Part 5, chapters 19 through 21. He taught my hands to law. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. Psalm 34, verse 19. Pastor Bakare was fired from his job and his steady income amid his preparation for his upcoming marriage due to his stand on righteousness. A situation so unexpected and disheartening that he was initially unable to tell his fiancée at the time, now his wife of over 40 years. Pastor Bakare vowed to meet the needs of his church only if God will indeed bless him. He then reported the ill treatment surrounding issues that got him fired to his then pastor Adeboye. Pastor Adeboye's response following praying instructed Pastor Bakare to begin his practice. Against several odds, narrated in full scope in his memoir, A Testament to the Sovereignty of God, Pastor Bakare started his private practice, El Shaddai Chambers. This section is titled, The Phenomenon Story of El Shaddai Chambers and A Lesson in Hearing God Pays Off. His legal practice soon became a high-profile one, with a keen interest in defending the poor against minimal charges and pursuing significant charges against the rich and mighty. Several near-fatal loss experiences became tests of his faith and a hidden path to God's promotions and blessings. As narrated through his memoir, a testament to his integrity and famous slogan, quote, "Others may, but I cannot, due to my destiny," unquote. Part 6, chapters 22 through 25. Family life. In this part, Pastor Bakare's heartfelt message to parents and their role in providing their male and female relationship, especially regarding sexual orientation with the opposite sex. Pastor Bakare expresses his dissatisfaction with the traditional sexual education of most parents, a typical example of such negative impression being, quote, "Do not let any man touch you," unquote. The young mind of a girl's understanding is that just shaking hands with their male counterpart can result in pregnancy. The desire for a pure life based on manipulative tactics leads to fear and disruption of the relationship in the end. Pastor Bakare's reality of a genuine relationship began the first time he traveled to the city away from his mother's watchful eyes, which has been over his every move like a mother hen. This ideology disrupted his first crush on a girl. The story is fully narrated in his memoir. However, Pastor Bakare was grateful to have been able to do better with his children in their early days. Pastor Bakare narrated the entire experiences of how he met his wife and remarkable road to marriage that has lasted over 40 years. Quote, "I was fascinated to meet the love of my life and the mother of our 5 children. A proven fact, every marriage has its challenges," unquote. Pastor Bakare narrated the struggles, trials, ups and downs, financial issues, and triumph of their marriage and home life. These chapters of his memoir, quote, "Tying the knot with the authentic Mrs. B and life with the authentic Mrs. B," unquote, are a must read for couples seeking support, counseling, and marriage union. Pastor Bakare's role as father is titled Fatherhood. The new couple was blessed with first pregnancy shortly after the marriage, a miraculous event that defied the doctor's adverse health prognosis of barrenness. This early testament to Pastor Bakare's unyielding faith in God as the ultimate healer is a story of inspiration showing the importance of faith in overcoming challenges. This chapter is a must read for anyone who wants to be a parent. The chapter also expresses Pastor Bakare's role as a father. Growing up, he had no father as a role model. So he decided to emulate godly parental behavior in his 5 children. This section also recounts the birth stories of his 5 children, highlighting the successes and struggles unique to each child from infancy to adulthood and as a grandparent. Part 7, chapters 25 through 27. Business with the mind of Christ. The phrase, quote, "trust is of true riches," unquote, was coined by the authentic Mrs. Bakare in response to a media interview when asked if the Bakares are millionaires. Her response was, quote, "We don't use such word in our home. We don't own anything. We are just stewards," unquote. The triangle. Pastor Bakare's model is a personal aspiration route, a triangular model that leads to extreme wealth. By diverting savings from the height of legal practice, into business ventures, one can achieve this wealth and eventually fulfill political aspirations, even aiming for the presidency of Nigeria. This section fully narrates how ambition became reality. Pastor Bakare advises young dreamers and aspirants of great affluence to manage their resources wisely and build for practicality, not for fantasy, or to satisfy their egos. He warns against using capitals to build extravagant houses, calling it stupidity. He points out that most millionaires boast of their 40-bed houses and never consider what will become of the house when they die. Pastor Bakare's secret to kingdom wealth philosophy is, quote, "I'd rather be cheated than being the cheat," unquote. This book is a must-read for individuals who dream and strive for greater life aspirations. The emptying. Pastor Bakare utilized the emptying to express, quote, "I learned the hard way to consistently listen to the Holy Spirit intuitive leading in business dealings," unquote. Being on top of the world is not uncommon, especially when everything seems to be going well. Business is booming, and all aspects of life, health, family, and finances are thriving. However, it is crucial to remember that success can sometimes lead to complacency, a dangerous pitfall in business and life. The ancient hymn warning at such moment is, quote, "Christian, seek not repose. Hear thy gracious Savior say, Thou art amid wolves, watch and pray," unquote. This hymn emphasizes vigilance, alertness, and awareness of potential dangers. The hymn alludes to the scriptural passage in Matthew 26, verse 41, which states, "Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." The narration chronicles Pastor Bakare's journey from experiencing significant losses in joint business ventures to a profound understanding of the Holy Spirit's guidance. Despite the warning not to venture into joint business, Pastor Bakare now hear God's laughter and the message, quote, "You are too full and must be empty. I can only fill empty sacks. Quote, "You are too full and must be empty. I can only fill empty sacks." Unquote. This transformation in his understanding is a testament to his personal growth and development. Part 8, chapters 28 through 32. Journey to ministry with three fathers of faith. Pastor Bakare, born into a Muslim family and heritage, demonstrated an intense zeal for Islamic right, even fighting for Muslim prayer time in a Christian school. His commitment to his faith was unwavering, and it seemed inconceivable that he would one day become a Christian, let alone a pastor. The only hint, however tiny, was the seer's message to his mother that she would bear a son who would be God's servant. Pastor Bakare's journey is a testament to his commitment to faith. Pastor Bakare's journey is a testament to his commitment to his faith. Born again at Iyabo Baptist Church, he rose through the ranks to become a pastor in 1980. His exit from the Baptist Church following suspension for speaking in tongues led him to the Foursquare Gospel Church. Despite not being inclined to become a pastor, he sought a church home and continued his faith journey. Pastor Bakare's three fathers were named according to their shepherding responsibilities and mentorship over his life. These names were not just titles, but reflections of each mentor's unique role in shaping Pastor Bakare's spiritual and professional journey. The first father of faith, Dr. Samuel Odunike, a model of the Melchizedek priesthood. His leadership model exemplified the biblical narrative in Hebrews chapter 7, verse 1, perfectly blending the role of king and priest, as well as pastor, politician, and business leader. In the spiritual realm, serving God and humanity diligently. Dr. Odunike's numerous impact on Pastor Bakare include being used by God to harness his potential and the defining line between being a full-time pastor and having full-time support for himself, his ministry, and his family. The former loses respect in the eye of followers and the world. A testament to the Abrahamic and Melchizedek priesthood in Genesis 47, verse 3. Quote, "What is your occupation?" Unquote. This biblical reference highlights the spiritual journey of Pastor Bakare and his mentors, fostering a profound sense of connection and spiritual engagement. The second father of faith, Pastor William Folorunsho Kumuyi, a teacher of teachers. Pastor Bakare was invited to the Monday Bible study at the Deeper Life Fellowship in 1978. He became a member when it became a Bible church and left in 1983. Brother W.F. Kumuyi his preference and fondly called Den, profoundly impacted Pastor Bakare, stemming from his systematic way of emphasizing the truth of the scriptures. He humbly, sacrificially, and transformatively approached teaching and preaching the word. Quote, "Without holiness, no man shall see the Lord." Unquote. Pastor Bakare met his would-be wife at this period and invited her to Deeper Life Bible Church. Leading to Pastor Bakare's final days at the Deeper Life Bible Church, he shared his vision for the future with Pastor Kumuyi, who was the sole preacher at the church as it evolved into a mega world ministry. Nothing that there were no deliberate attempts to raise leaders who would become what Timothy was to Apostle Paul. The Lord began to move in other leaders within the church, and avenues uncommon to Pastor Kumuyi's calling, such as miracles, signs, and wonders, began to emerge, living Deeper Life to establish churches in line with their calling. An inspirational narration relating to the translation of television as the devil's box during one of Pastor Bakare's teaching moments led to Pastor Bakare's eventual exit from the Deeper Life Bible Church. Today, it is amusing that the issue related to television, often referred to as the devil's box, were a defining moment in time at the Deeper Life Bible Church. Pastor Bakare's memoir, titled The Last but Definitely Not the Least, the autobiography of Pastor Tunde Bakare, who this summary is coming from, is a must read to gain the whole narrative. The third father of faith, Pastor Enoch Adejare Adeboye, a man of great faith and love. Following his exit from the Deeper Life Bible Church, Pastor Bakare decided to resolve the issue of church politics by refraining from attending or aspiring to any leadership post, even if he chose to participate in the church. It will be at the church membership level. Unaware of the magnitude of God's calling upon his life, warranting all experiences he must endure to be separate from others. A friend invited Pastor Bakare to the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, on March 4, 1984, marking his first attendance at the church. What began as a call to the children of God to wait after the end of the church service quickly turned into individual announcing professions and areas of specializations. Intrigued, Pastor Bakare watches as others get up to introduce their profession. Suddenly, a call came from Pastor Adejare Adeboye, quote, "The back row seat." He precisely mentioned the color of Pastor Bakare's outfit, asking, "What is your profession?" Unquote. "I am a lawyer, sir," exclaimed Pastor Bakare. "Ah, we need you. Please see me in the office." To be committed, Pastor Bakare was required to participate in a second baptism. In addition to using his legal expertise to support the growing church in legal cases, he rose from his first assignment as a Sunday school teacher to become the Son. An arduous journey fully narrated in his book, Pastor Bakare's memoir. Pastor Enoch Adejare Adeboye's undeniable support in Pastor Bakare's life include the initial prophetic encouragement to begin his legal firm, the El Shaddai Chambers, business connections locally and internationally. As Pastor Bakare consistently fulfilled his vow to God, promises to the pastor and the fast-growing church, he also became Pastor Enoch Adejare Adeboye's driver. Pastor Bakare gladly drives him to and fro Southwest Nigeria on his go-a-fishing outreach programs. The ancient fact proclaims the impermanent nature of life. The narration that ended the seemingly evergreen relationship between RCCG Pastor Adeboye and Pastor Bakare was as fascinating and gruesome as a scary movie. Pastor Bakare heeded the call of God to begin the ministry to the residents of Ikeja, Maryland, Okpebi, Oregon, and Onigbongbo, and to tell them that the prison door is open. You are encouraged to obtain a copy of Pastor Bakare's memoir For Your Truth, which is narrated from the horse's mouth. The listing of sequences of controversies, title Setting the Record Straight in this book, the narration that led to the birth of the Lateran Assembly, the end-time church. Part 9, chapters 33 through 38. The making of a global apostolic community. This section is titled From Lateran to the Citadel Global Community Church, The Journey. Divine encounter leading the abrupt close down of the famous El Shaddai Chambers and the final saga, a battle that led to the final separation of Pastor Bakare from the CCG to begin the Lateran Assembly, the end-time church, on April 1, 1988, started with the divine voice speaking to Pastor Bakare's ear, which states, and I quote, "Come, I will show you a bigger river," unquote. The Lateran Assembly officially began on March 31st, 1989, with 65 people in attendance and 85 people at the first Sunday service. Pastor Bakare's first sermon was titled, quote, "I will reach my goal. I will fulfill my destiny," unquote. The following Sunday's message was titled, "Dead to Public Opinion," relating to the curses and threats initially pronounced by Pastor Adeboye and whoever desired to follow Pastor Bakare as he left the RCCG to hear the call of God to commence the Lateran Assembly, LRA. Commissioned by Reverend Dr. Wilson Badejo, while Bishop Mike Okonkwo of the Redeemed Evangelical Mission, TREM, preached at the first anniversary convention. The rapid increase and growth of the church without external branches to reach and invade territories for God, birthed the vision of going on air, a 1-hour long television ministry called The Moment of Truth. Forging through every hurdle that threatens its onset, the crusade began with Jesus' victory. Subsequent ministry avenues created to impact the world and churches for God's glory include GAIN, COPAC, CDC in Atlanta, Georgia, ICRD, SNG, among others. The latter rain assembly End Time Church evolved into the Citadel Global Community Church, CGCC, as the Lord continued to increase and bless his people. A call to visionary dreamers, builders, and creators to read the whole narration of another heartfelt and breathtaking journey of the constructions and the architectural design of the next section titled The Citadel, a new phenomenon in church architecture. Pastor Bakare's spiritual father. Have you ever pondered who could step into the spiritual fatherly shoes of a great man of God like Pastor Bakare? The following chapters hold the key. They unveil a man's life, a divine appointment, the chosen vessel, a seasoned priesthood. When writing Pastor Bakare's memoir, this man had completed his earthly assignment and returned to the Lord. His name was Dr. Lester Sumrall, a figure of immense significance in Pastor Bakare's life, often referred to as my spiritual father and other destiny facilitators. Pastor Bakare's message is profoundly important. He emphasizes the transition from sons to fathers in spirituality, stating the responsibility of fathers is not just to raise sons, but to raise other fathers. His use of father and son is not about gender, but about a universal spiritual connections. As the scriptural passage he alludes states, there is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free. There is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. Galatians chapter 3, verse 28. Pastor Bakare has made this extensive list of spiritual sons and daughters in his book. Are you curious to know if your name is among? This book is readily accessible on Amazon in all formats. If you are curious, your name could be included. The next chapter title, Apostolic Pathways and the Pattern of Ways, signifies Pastor Bakare's unwavering commitment to substance over title. His goal as a father, leader, and mentor is to bear fruit. Do not wear labels. A truth he learned from his spiritual father, Dr. Lester Sumrall. Pastor Bakare shared wisdom and his experiences with notable friends, discussing the issues that led to their separation and those he esteemed and continued to be friends with. This personal touch made his insight on choosing friends and enduring relationship more relatable. Part 10, chapters 39 through 44. Prophetic governance. being God's mouthpiece to the nations. The narration in this section denotes Pastor Bakare's processes and intentional effort to bridge the gap between his ministry, evangelistic and prophetic apostolic dimensions. Pastor Bakare's divine call introduced a new dimension to ministry and a mandate to address society's fundamental flaws in the concept of evangelism. Pastor Bakare, with unwavering courage and determination, narrated several obstacles and won battles, attempting to dissuade his God's-given mandate to reach out to communities and towns by planting a crusade ministry named Ministry Within Ministry. His story is an inspirational to all who hears or read this book. The first of the several crusades began in the city of Abeokuta, Nigeria, and was titled "The Snare is Broken." It was a powerful demonstration of the transformative power of Pastor Bakare's ministry. God performed miracles, and even the most entrenched demonic leaders were openly challenged. They ultimately believed in the power of Jesus Christ, realized their ultimate failure, surrendered, and became believers, a testament to the hope that Pastor Bakare's ministry brings. The common saying, quote, "By their fruit you shall know them," unquote, testify to the next chapter's title, "The Prophetic Intervention in the Governance of Nigerian States." Should you desire to know and understand why Pastor Bakare's mandate as nation builder, the voice of his unapologetic truth-telling and unashamedly, boldly correcting errors, including making open correction of his own errors, for example, declaring God's conviction to change his popular mantra from, quote, "My security is in the call of God and not in what you can give," unquote, to "My security is in God of the call because he can change the call," unquote. Also, Pastor Bakare fact-checked the errors of the leaders who were found to be erroneous. Pastor Bakare prophetically predicted the election results, even those already declared fair and safe by the Nigerian Electoral Commission. Eventually, the result was nullified and the contesting political group dissolved, as predicted by Pastor Bakare, a testament to his prophetic mandate for nation building. Other fulfilled prophecies by Pastor Bakare's national television broadcasts include: the fat cat appears on the scene. The battle against principalities and powers. Who and whose are the real enemies of Nigeria? Declarations of nations' prominent individuals' death. The night before the miracles, and others. Pastor Bakare's prophetic mandate extends beyond Nigerian borders, encompassing prophetic intervention in African governance and the global arena. For example, his prophetic utterances against the tyrannical rule of African and American rulers, as well as his prophesied warning for national leaders, interventions, solutions, and judgment came to pass. Pastor Bakare's memoir is a unique and compelling narrative you will not want to miss. It boldly recounts the prophecies that shook the nation to its core. detailing the prominent names and places involved in these shocking, unbelievable, and near-death experiences. Yet, the mandate grew stronger, and many of his sons and daughters became fathers, denoting the seed of fruits of their kind. Part 11, chapters 45 through 53. Strategic intervention in the governance of Nigerian state. Pastor Bakare titled this chapter of his memoir, "The Backdrop for Social Sectors Interventions." It provides a fundamental narrative of the divine mandate from God to Pastor Bakare to establish a non-governmental organization, a forum to chart the way forward for Nigeria by engaging the public, private, and social sectors in three critical areas of national development. This divine mandate, a direct instruction from the Lord, was a significant step towards shaping Nigeria's national development. Pastor Bakare shared the mission and prayed with one of Pastor Bakare's trusted friend and colleague, Dr. Jonathan David. He registered at the International Center for Reconstruction and Development, ICRD. The first annual convention was pivotal in the organization's journey in 2007. National and international dignitaries were in attendance, making the organization's growth and influence. Several successful church, educational, government, and non-governmental sectors organizations have emerged following the ICRD, a testament to its impact. The Save Nigerian Group was formed following the then President of the Republic of Nigeria's absence from office and undisclosed decline in health, which threatened a national crisis. This resulted in the marginalization of the Vice President into President's office, with the expectation of fostering national unity on this platform. The SNG began its non-violent campaign march from Abuja, the state capital, to Lagos State, aimed at engaging with and cutting ties with the then President of the Republic of Nigeria. The next section, and I quote, "My adventurous journey to vice presidential candidacy," unquote. Are you assembling people of goodwill to go and vote for those dubious politicians? The golden question that compelled the SNG campaign leads to critical examination the quality of the alternative to the then president, led to the search for moral acceptable citizen from the north and south to be endorsed and conferred as a formidable unifying tag team, making the beginning of Pastor Bakare's section titled "My Adventurous Journey to Vice President Candidacy." If you ever desire a complete understanding of Pastor Bakare's journey from being confrontational to a political platform, the running and contesting for the position of Vice President under President Buhari, the merger of the ACP and CPC, and the formation of APC, and the vision behind the merger, how Pastor Bakare engaged Buhari in London, the Bola Tinubu factor, the 2014 Centenary National Conference, the 2015 election and the delicate balancing act, his engagement with the Buhari administration and travels, the 2011 APC primary, narrating the whole essence of Pastor Bakare's story. You are encouraged to obtain copies of the book Pastor Bakare's memoir titled The Last but Definitely Not the Least, the Autobiography of Pastor Tunde Bakare, which is not just for you, but for your family and generations to come, as it underscores the importance of history. You are encouraged to purchase a paper or electronic copy from Amazon, the CGCC, church, bookstore, and other bookstores. Part 12, chapters 54 through 55. Quote, Nigeria and I, a destiny intertwined. Part 12 of Pastor Bakare's memoir presents the complete, unabridged narration of a series of events that culminated in Pastor Bakare's becoming the nation builder. Highly respected for his unceasing attention and ceaseless effort to ensure the Nigerian state flourishes in his lifetime. It begins with his explanation of Project 16. Pastor Bakare's journey of aspiration began in 1964, when, as a 10-year-old, he had dreams and visions of a pillar of light, later understood to be a manifestation of Jesus Christ. On September 24, 1974, this pivotal vision solidified his destiny intertwined with Nigeria. The vision shed light on Project 16's origin and the subsequent event, proving and convincing of his life's journey and purpose to date. These visions, inspiring and impactful, has guided his life's work. Pastor Bakare's life journey and the processes that led him to become a nation builder with a prophetic mandate are not without hardship of all kinds. Even from the stories surrounding his birth, several escapes from death, including fatal accident. Be courageous and obtain your copies from Amazon, the CGCC church store, and other bookstores. The last, but definitely not the least, the autobiography of Pastor Tunde Bakare. Conclusion. This book summary is not a substitute for the content in the original book. The summary provides a preview of the book's content. I would like to extend a warm invitation to all dreamers, founders, content creators, the chosen ones, and those who have been labeled and called names due to their unwavering adherence to their personal and spiritual values. If this summary resonates with you, please purchase the original book to enjoy the whole experience as the author intended. This book, in its entirety, provides an intricate encouragement and assuring foundation for those who demonstrate perseverance, consistency, and the importance of personal values such as integrity, faithfulness, truth, and the unwavering desire to pursue justice for all, especially the poor the weak, the sick, and the lonely. This journey will enlighten, inspire, and reflect on values. Thank you for your time. The book summarized by Dr. Clara Iyabo Stevens at Comfort the Aching Soul. God bless you. See you on the brighter side of life.